Greetings and welcome to another episode of Soul Talk, where we talk Star Citizen and members of the community. Today is June 30th, 2022, at least in North and South America, but like I always like to say. And I'm joined today by GrifinGamingRPG. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing alright. I'm noticing a lack of chat in the in YouTube. Are we okay?
What do you mean lack of chat?
It says subscriber only mode. I was just asking about that. I didn't get a chance.
It does? I don't know why I would be in that mode.
All right, so it's not supposed to be. So we'll get.
Well, no, it's not that. The only way you can chat is to be a subscriber.
Okay. All right. I was just making sure if that was on purpose or not.
That's the norm. Yeah, I mean, people have to subscribe to us to be able to be in our chat. They can watch, but if all they gotta do is click the subscribe button, right? It doesn't hurt.
Okay.
They don't have to pay. It's free.
That's true. All right. That's true. Oh, yeah. I think about Twitch. That's what it was.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
So how's your week been?
Busy as usual. We got a lot going on this week. CIG. It's been quiet the last week, but got a whole lot of good news the last couple days, and folks are excited about the holiday weekend and all the stuff that's coming up. So we got quite a few things to keep us going.
Yeah, we got some breaking news. In fact, well, I call it breaking news, but people call it what they want to call it. But I finished Obi-Wan. I finished it late, but I did finish it.
And what's your review? If you had to, let's just say the overall, all 6 episodes.
Yeah, no spoiler.
No. I'm just saying all 6 episodes. If you had to give it overall, what would you probably say for first season?
It was good. I give it like a 4.5, maybe.
Out of 8 or 5? Oh, out of 5. I was going to say, out of 8. Oh my God. I mean, out of 10. I was going to say, oh my God. Okay.
No, out of 5. Out of 5.
Out of 5? Okay. Yeah. I'll give it a. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say it's better than the sequel movies, in my opinion, but that's not saying much.
True. It's kind of hard to judge it because originally this was just going to be a 6-episode, some special series, and that was it. And then they decided to go ahead and give it another season. So I don't know whether or not the writing was based upon this was supposed to be it, or whether or not they knew that they may go further. So with all writing from most shows, I usually give them 1 to 2 seasons to get their writing down. And I know that's really difficult because Mandalorian seemed to kind of hit it out of the park that first season. But if you remember, there were people who criticized a lot of those, like episodes 3 and 4 and 5, and even their first season. So I do like the fact that they are, Filoni and Favreau are doing a great job with tying the universe into this thing. And I think that's one of the things I appreciate. They're pulling from Clone Wars, they're pulling from Rebels, they're pulling from the books, they're pulling from, Lucas's lore, and answering a lot of questions and showing a lot of things that maybe we never thought we would have seen. So I really appreciate the fact that they're sticking to their guns as best as possible. Of course, Disney's going to have their little bits of influence, but I think that they're really fighting to keep that story together because they wrote half of it. Not to be honest, not to be funny. You know what I mean? The Clone Wars stuff and everything was their stuff,
Right.
So they know it. And so the fact that even though there was some concern about what happened in some of the episodes, I kept saying they're not going to screw up their own lore. They're going to stick to it. And it seems like they're really not only reinforcing it, but also expanding on it, which is one of the things I like about this.
Well, this is my first time hearing that they greenlighted that second season already. But I was just it seemed to me from what I've seen, it seemed like they put everything in the first and everything they wanted to in the first season. It seemed like they thought there was going to be one season.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And no, you're right. That's why I said I wonder whether that was the case because I don't think it was until maybe the second. It was right before. It was just not too much before the series started that they announced that they greenlit a second one. So they had already put all the stuff in the can by then. You know what I mean? So to your point, you might be exactly right. So I'm curious to see where they go from here. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited for the next season of Mandalorian. I'm even excited for the next season of Boba Fett. I really am. I'm curious to see how they tie all this together.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be a spin-off series for one of the primary characters in Obi-Wan, but that's just me hoping.
Well, there's definitely the spinoff coming for Ahsoka because we know they're working on that now.
Ahsoka,
They've
okay.
already started shooting that.
Mhm.
They're pulling one of the characters from Rebels, who's also going to be in that series
Right, I
too.
heard about
So
that.
yeah, so that's going to be 4 shows. That's a lot to juggle, but
Mhm.
we'll see how
Hey,
they do.
they got the money. They got that Disney Plus money, so they can do it.
Yeah, but it's not the money. It's you worry about the writing. You know what I mean? Because remember what
And
happened when Disney tried to churn out movies every year?
yeah,
We were so
and how about
used to
the oversaturation of the
that,
market
that.
and
That's what I
whatnot?
mean. That's what I mean. We
Yeah,
were that waiting 2.5, 3 years for a movie meant something back in the day. You know what I mean? Because it
yeah.
gave them time to
It meant
write.
like a lot of kids were upset when they saw that to be continued.
Yeah, but it also meant that you knew that after that 3-year wait, it was going to be worth it.
Was it?
Once we
Yeah.
got into that churning out every year stuff, you just saw the quality fall off tremendously. So I want them to take the time that they need. Yeah, it's a little painful to hear you got to wait a whole year for the next season, but when the season's good, we're happy. So that's what matters to me.
And also, I'm still watching Miss Marvel. It's less. It was less joy in going from Obi-Wan to Miss Marvel this time because
Yeah,
I knew what to expect.
yeah,
I started playing Fall Guys because it's free on Epic.
yeah. How you like it? We had some fun the other day with that, right?
It's fun, but some of the math are frustrating, but it's still fun.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, I know, but still. And don't forget, folks, the Steam Summer Sale is still going, and you get free games from Amazon and Epic. So there's a whole lot of free stuff going on, and cheap stuff going on. Well, it's inexpensive. I don't want to say cheap, right?
True, true. It is, and it's a bunch of us got together last night. Maybe we'll open this up to the community too, because we wanted to get on our own server, but we never could really
Yeah,
get
10
10
people.
people on, right? So just so you guys know, every once in a while, maybe we'll do a Fall Guy night. And those of you who play Fall Guy, if you want to get it now. It's free, like fastcart said, and you can join us. And I mean, we had so much fun yesterday, laughing
Yeah,
at
we
each
did.
other and laughing together. So it was a lot of fun. And by the
Mhm.
way, thanks to Colossal for that, because that was his idea that we would get together and do
Yeah,
that.
thank
So
you
it
for
was
that. So that
fun.
was cool. All right, so you ready for me to do my thing?
Never, but fire away.
Okay, I gotta warn you this time because this is
Oh
one
boy,
of those. Are you drinking or eating?
neither. So my stomach's empty, so I'll be okay when it's over with. Go ahead.
Okay. So this one is for all those who are about to lose their stuff in the upcoming wipe, which we'll talk about later. But let me vocalize a bit before my performance. This angel voice doesn't just happen, Me. Okay, I'm ready. What?
So am I.
What?
Go ahead.
What? What? Bada- Okay. So I'm gonna pop some tags. I only got 20 credits in my Moby Glass. Okay, I'm hunting. Looking for a come up. This is really awesome. Now, walk into the G-Lock and say, what's up? I got a big ship. Now, I'm just pumped. I just bought some stuff from the shop of thrift. Ice on the fridge is so dang frosty, people are like, dang, that's a cold meal hot jockey. Rolling in deep, headed to the mezzanine, dressed in all pink except gated shoes and those are green. Draped in leopard pink, lady standing next to me probably should have watched it. Smells like Gavin E. Shirton sheets. But heck, it's only 9 UEC. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got 20 credits in my Moby Glass. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is really awesome.
I'm doing my Paul Shelley to your thing.
That's what that was.
Okay,
Okay, I
yeah.
see it now.
Yeah, I'm doing my Astro Dance, the Astro Dance. Okay, anytime you do the musical ones, you lose me. So I'm going to bring the musicians in the room, which is Fist and Pops. Yeah, and maybe they can figure this one out because if it's musical,
Oh,
I'm lost.
Jay thought I already said it in YouTube chat.
Oh, Jade nailed it.
And
Oh,
Kai guessed it too.
I did. Okay.
Hey everybody, we're joined
I'll be
today
right
by
back.
Fist, Kaizen, and Pop and Face, or the Hans and Franz of Nuso. Of Soul City.
Here we go.
So what was I just referencing in my angel voice performance?
First off, that was phenomenal, and second off, that was Macklemore's thrift shop.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So as you can see, I changed my name and in XSplit or the name underneath me.
Voice
It doesn't
of
say
an
fastcart
angel.
tonight. It said voice of an angel because Nihilus was kind of calling me that last week. So that's what the name change is from.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk to Nihilus about that. So encouraging.
Yeah.
All right, so up next we have the sneak peek. So we bring that up. And the subtitle for this one is I got a shelf for the trophies. So what do people think? Fifth face, what do you think?
Oh, this looks pretty cool. There's a trophy case. In the hangar or something.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a hangar or a ship or
Because I know CIG is definitely not going to make these, mass produce these for folks to buy.
I
I hope not.
I would remind people that in was it ISC or SCL? It was in SCL 3 weeks ago where they had the community managers on. One of them specifically was like, "Oh, we've got some exciting stuff to support the race community and whatever coming. We can't wait for you guys to see it soon."
Oh, okay. So you think that's what this
Just
is?
just a thought. Could be. Who knows?
Part of the trophies. Part of the trophies. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I recognize that Citizen Con. I can't see the year on the picture, but I'm pretty sure I have one of those. So they did almost every year they do a Citizen Con trophy that you can pick up as a flare. So not a subscriber flare, but just a flare.
Well, that was $29.45.
That is $29.45. So yeah, that's one of the ones I have.
Yeah. I'm just, and there's lots of things that they can do with those as far as like for different events or, hey, I beat this round of Xenothreat or I did this round of Jumptown or I did this round of whatever, but it just tickled in my mind that if they're showcasing like a trophy case of sorts that who knows what could be coming for that stuff.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for the return of hangers, but we'll see.
Oh, they're coming.
Sooner than later, put it that way. That's what I mean. I know they're coming back. I'm just hoping for them sooner than later. But yeah, Pop, you got any thoughts about this?
Well, there's 3 different ones. So first, second, third, or are they different generations? Like 1 year, next year.
Yeah, they did 29, 46, 25, and then they had one for 29, 46. But you can't see the fuzzy on the screen.
Yeah, I can't see.
And then they have Gamescom trophies too sometimes. So I have most of those.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I don't know if it's on a ship or what hangar that is. Were you gonna take high?
Oh, nothing. I was just listening.
Okay. Okay. All right. So up next we have. Let me get the right one. Jump Point is now available today. So attention development subscribers. The June issue of Jump Point is now available in your subscription area. This month features the development of the rugged Drake Mule vehicle, the updated history of Robert Space Industries, a Galactapedia covering the Anvil Legionnaire, and a brand new short story. So all your subscribers out there will get some cool stuff. So near Jump Point. Anyone here subscribers still?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you read the Jump Point?
No, I didn't get a chance. It was too busy.
You got a long weekend to enjoy it, though.
Yeah, that's true. All right. I haven't been a subscriber for a while, but when I am a subscriber, I try to. Well, it depends on what the issue is about. If it's something about a ship that I have or a ship that mixed with it, then I'll pick it up. If it's not, then probably not.
Hey, Fastcart, I hate to do this. Can I take 1 second to hop in on something that you were covered earlier before we came in?
Okay.
So, you talked about the Steam Summer Sale. I have been playing nonstop Mars Horizon, which you can get for half off. So you can get it for $10. I've been playing it for 3 weeks solid. You basically get to play the administrator of NASA or Roscosmos or the ESA, and you start in 1957 and go all the way up to fully colonizing Mars, and it's just absolutely amazing. And for
I wanted
those,
to ask you about that. How long did it take you? How many hours from start to finish for one session, one gameplay?
I mean, I've done like 4 or 5 playthroughs. I'm playing as SpaceX now because you can modify stuff. I've played as NASA, SpaceX, and Roscosmos. And it's turn-based, single-player game. You could probably go through the whole thing in about 25 hours of play, but I played through it
25
back like
hours, okay.
I've played it like I've played nothing but this for like 3 weeks solid.
So people that don't know about it, it's like Global Space Program meets Civilization, basically.
Absolutely. And it's $10 and it's worth 50 times that. It is so good. And just for people who don't know, Mass Effect Legendary Edition is going to be free for Amazon Prime subscribers on
I've already paid
July
the $60
13th.
for mine. I'm so ticked off about that. But hey, if other people haven't gotten it yet, then this is for them. I did pick up a few months ago, Squadron, or not, was it Squadron? Yeah, Star Wars Squadron was free. So.
So also on July 12th, there's like 5 other Star Wars games that will be free for one day for Amazon subscribers. I didn't want to derail things too much, but I just wanted to shout those out for people.
Well, it's called Mars Horizon, right?
I just have one thing to say. You can't play more than one game at a time, and y'all know that. So, I don't know what y'all talking about.
I get that reference.
Right?
Montoya sounds different today. That's weird.
Yeah, he has more soul today, doesn't he? No, Jakob said it wants to know the name of the game. It's called Mars Horizon, correct?
Yes, Mars Horizon is the game for $10 on Steam. It's worth 10 times that. And like I said, July 12th and 13th on Amazon Prime Day. For one day, you can get a bunch of free games. So log in and grab those for free. May set an alarm or something. Set a reminder.
Yeah, I'll probably have to do that. Remind me after the show, because I can't do it during the show.
Yes, sir.
All right, so up next we have the Galactapedia update for June 2022. Well, I'm going to have to read these myself, but they talk about the ARC and Kayak system. Welcome to this month's Galactapedia Roundup. So we got a full article called Jumping Lime. It doesn't actually jump. Okay, thank you very much for letting me know that. I was curious. And then we got a bunch of short articles. The GOS system, GOS 1, Castle, GOS 3, Hadrian system, Hadrian 1 and 2, Ked series, Hadrian Belt Alpha, a little minefield, Hadrian 3, Reality, I'm not pronouncing that correctly, Incorporated, a prime producer of plant. Now, what kind of plants is that, CIZ? Drakini, yeah, water filter, Elysian Bloom, flycatcher, Flight of Fancy, allergen reliever, Fortress Palm, fruit and danger provider. Okay, I gotta have to check that one out to see what that danger is about. Gabosi Brain, bug repeller, Grand Flabellum, a windstopper, Haldor Lily, storm survivor, Midnight Calithea, light eater, and Sail Cassia, water buffer, rebuffer. I'm gonna have to take some time to really go through some of these Galactapedia entries, because I mean, I know we cover these like once a month, but I haven't found the time to go through these. Have anyone else gone through the Galactapedia recently?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out sometime soon.
For sure.
Then.
Yeah, I've been busy this week.
Yeah. All right. So up next we have this month in Star Citizen. Star Citizen 317.2 is almost upon us, but that's not the only excitement on the horizon. July is filled with a brim with exciting content both in the verse and out. So read on to get to fully up to speed. So we have Alpha 317.2, the top that well, we talk about it more later, but there's a new PTU build out that just came out today, 3 hours ago. So that may be coming out next week or soon thereafter. We got the 9-shell lockdown. We're talking about that. Well, we can talk about that now. Anyone looking forward to that 9-shell lockdown again?
Oh, absolutely. Any first person shooter? Yeah, that's the name of the game coming up. FPS. Yeah.
How about you, Fire Fist?
No, what'd you say, though? What was the question? I'm
Lockdown, you
sorry.
looking forward to it?
Nah, you know what though? I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, from what I've heard, because of the whole reset coming, I'm kind of like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people
you know
like
what I
that.
mean?
Not just you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, it's kind of like, I mean, I'll participate in it, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know, let's go make a whole ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I
It's
don't.
You're just
like,
gonna kill people.
Yeah,
You're just gonna be
I
killing
don't
people.
care.
yeah,
I don't go in to make a whole bunch because it's gonna get wiped anyways. But if it's in fun and you're having a good time, cool. But it just for me to go in and personally collect $15 million, that's gonna get wiped anyway. I mean, I can understand if you want to put guns on your ship and
yeah,
stuff
but
like
that's
that.
gonna really get taken away as well.
Yeah,
Hey, well, just know that when after white comes, you just hit that thrift shop, like I was singing about it at the beginning of the show.
Gotta pop them tags.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super looking forward to it. I'll be honest with you.
Mhm.
I don't really give a shit about money in this game. For me,
Yeah.
it's I just expect wipes are coming. I don't care. For me, it's all just about the experiences, and this is
Mhm.
such a cool experience. The platforms are so large. There's intricacies where it's basically each platform has like a sub boss and has like you have to defeat this guy and get some intel and then go do a little raid and get yourself some loots. And then the last platform, there's a cool sort of insertion mechanic. It's just
Right.
super fun, super neat.
Well, see, wait a minute. That's Siege and Orison, though. He's talking about Nine Tails, Lockdown, and Jumptown.
Oh, I'm sorry. So Seas of Origin is coming. That's one of the ones.
We could do that in a moment. Yeah, we're talking about Nine Tails at the moment.
My apologies for Nine Tails. What I'm excited about most, I think, is they said for sure they knew like the single let's be honest, the biggest problem with Nine Tails, or sorry, with Jumptown, is you just had the one entrance, and they said they were adding in a second entrance through the roof, which to me, like, I'm super excited to see, like, if that's in, how that changes it up. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, because I would think that they would have, since they announced the roof entry, I would think they would have more to it because that's kind of their thing. They always want to put something a little extra somewhere. So I would expect something else.
Yeah.
Besides just that added to it.
So that makes way more sense. I agree with both of
Yeah.
you guys then on the idea of like, yeah, I'll do it to see the event. I'm not going to grind it for hours because money, who cares? But like, I absolutely want to go and see the event and have some fun and get silly.
Yeah, that's more my thing. Go in, act silly, get shot, knocked down or whatever. Yeah.
Pops, Fist, and I are gonna go through and we're gonna run shit. We're gonna shoot everybody that shows up. Let's go.
We're gonna get run over.
You know,
Probably more what's gonna happen.
hey, it's not how many fights you win; it's how many you show up for.
How well you look and run over.
Yeah, I don't know about the roof mechanic, but I guess that'd be easier to tell when someone dropped using A2 to drop a bomb on you, right?
There you go.
No. All right. So after Jumptown, we had the Foundation Festival. In the very Foundation Festival is a month-long civic program that aims to strengthen the community spirit by encouraging citizens and civilians to volunteer with local and imperial organizations. Here on Earth, we're celebrating the incredible Star Citizen community all month long, starting July 7th. There will be updates to the guide system, org highlight inclusive animal-free ship paint, native women fact, and more. So yeah, that's the Foundation Festival. I guess it's supposed to be like a 4th of July equivalent or analog. So anyone looking forward to that?
Don't even get me started on that crap. I stood at the recruitment desk for the entire of Invictus, and that recruiter never showed up. I wanted to go join Squadron 52, and he never showed up.
He is right. I agree.
That's
Somebody gotta go find him.
Maybe that's because they know you were waiting for them. Yeah, we can't let this guy in.
Somebody go get him.
All right. Also, we have a free fly coming up, so need more friendlies. I'm not gonna read this because okay. So from July 7th to July 18th. So more details coming soon. So another free fly. And this is after the dynamic event this time. So there's a couple of posts about that. We'll get to them in a bit. But yeah, it looks like they learned a lesson from last time having dynamic events during a free fly. Or what do you guys think?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering. What I know, Jake said they gathered a lot of information from the last one, so we'll see about the improvements. We will see.
I don't really think they learned their lesson. I think so they do things. I mean, let's be honest. CIG, these guys are a lot of things, but they're not stupid. They're very crafty. They did the free fly at the same time as a dynamic event, at the same time as Invictus, because they specifically wanted to put a huge stress test. So, like,
yeah,
the purpose
but they got
of
more
that,
than they bargained for this time. This year.
But wait. They get more than they bargained for every year with that. That's the point. They're the point. Like when you're doing, bench pressing, the point is that you're supposed to lift to the point of failure. You're supposed to get to the point where you can't anymore, and then learn from that and push on past it. So
yeah, but when you do that, you're supposed to have a partner to catch you for when you reach that point. This time, the server almost caught on fire, and they didn't really have a good backup. I mean, the server still worked, yes, but it was a lot more than the bargain for compared to previous year.
But that's my point, fastcart. I think that next year will be the same thing, and the year after. When they do a free fly during Invictus, they're trying to push it to the failure point so that they can get data from that. Whereas when they do a free fly not during Invictus, not during a dynamic event, that is so like it's A and B. One is for the purpose of specifically, pushing it to failure to gather one set of data that they can use for the rest of the year. And then doing free flies at other times is when they're trying to more like say like, okay, let's not push it to the point of failure. Let's do what we feel comfortable that we can succeed in. So I think as Star Citizen players, maybe, just a thought, maybe don't recommend to your friends to come join during the free fly that's during Invictus because it's going to be a shit show. But do recommend to your friends to come play during the free fly like now that's going to be after when I think it will be more or less playable.
And hopefully 17.2 will be playable too, so it won't be like, too buggy.
Oh, God. 17, I love this game, but 17.1, I played the hell out of 17.1 when it very first dropped, and it was so jank that I was like, cool, I'll see you in a month or two when 17.2 drops.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, what do Fixface and Pop think about the free fly? You recommend the game for free fly to people you know?
Yeah, we
yes
have.
and no.
We have.
Would I? Was the question? Would I or did I?
Do you? Have you?
Have we?
I have. Yes, we have. I have.
Mm-hmm.
And
would you be more likely?
What was their reaction?
Well, they haven't jumped in yet. So to be quite honest with you, they hadn't took the chance to jump in. Most of them are busy, real life stuff, things like that. So
yeah, it's an old friend. She, she just didn't have time to jump in. Her schedule was busy, and things like that.
Does it make more sense to you guys to recommend it to your friends during one of these sort of quote unquote off-peak free flies?
I get the point, and I absolutely, because you don't want to really introduce a new person to a whole bunch of bugs, because once they get that bad lemonade, lemon sour, salty,
that bitter taste, it's kind of difficult to wash out.
It is. It's kind of, so when you start something new from a bad perspective, it is difficult to go forward from there. So I absolutely agree with Kai, on that end. Yeah,
that's why I said.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I thought your question, because I initially thought your question, would I recommend a game? Would I recommend doing a free fly? And that's why I said yes and no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I recommended the game for free fly to one person, and that person hasn't gotten in as far as I know yet. but I'm glad they didn't get in during the Invictus Week one. So maybe it was for the best.
Yeah.
But typically I don't have that many in real life friends that I talk Star Citizen with outside of our citizens. So
Yeah,
yeah.
because to me, what happens is they get in the game and it gets so messed up. You're like, well, we are supposed to be able to do this and we will be able to do that. Well, this is coming instead of them coming in and experiencing it, in its in a good light. You want to go, you want to go a lot of explaining, and it sounds like so you really wind up like as if you're selling them the game. Oh yeah, well this is going to be great, and that just wears people out when you talk like it. It just it's not good.
Okay. All right. So up next we have the referral bonus. Delve into loading up cargo with Maze at Jumptown. It's far better with a co-pilot by your side. Beginning July 7th, our latest referral bonus will give you and new players who you refer a Great Dragonfly for free. And I'm pretty sure that converts to standard LTI, but LTI also. So you get a free Dragonfly when you refer someone. I did that. I did the Raw ES one, and I haven't. I made myself a new account just to get the referral bonus because I was like one away from getting 5 referrals and getting the that special I think it's a fish tank and everything. So I haven't done that since. How about you all? So if you don't really recommend people doing free fly, you probably don't get that many referrals either, right?
I got a couple hundred.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's because you have your own platform. I'm talking about no people like because I don't advertise my referral code on Soul Citizen or anything like that. Cause I mean, if I do it, we all have to do it, right?
Gotcha.
I only have 5. But how about your Face and Pop?
To be honest with you, I probably have my dad one. Because we did the thing where you get a referral, you get the Dragonfly. So we did that. So I don't really advertise that, things like that.
I mean, this is a platform too. You can use New Soul as a to get a referral.
I could.
I'm not really into that. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not me. It's just not me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this though. You say. So Fist, you have one referral that you just said, your dad. But I see y'all on playing together and enjoying each other's company all the time. Whereas if I've got hundreds of referrals, but they're not people that I'm playing with all the time, sometimes like there's quality and there's quantity. And it seems like, you got the quality end of that stick. You got so like, even if you only have 1 or 2 referrals, if you've got that, I think the main thing isn't about getting free crap. It's about having the friends, the people that you love, share the game that you love, and like you're having fun together and all. So like that's all good.
Or on the flip side, if you hate people, you invite them during Invictus Week.
Okay, I get you.
All right, fastcart.
Hey, Griffin, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
Do you have how many? If you don't mind saying, how many referrals do you have? Do you like to spread your referral code around?
That's a good question. Actually, I don't think. No, I don't. Normally, I don't. I think the referrals that I do have are kind of along the lines of what Kai said. They were people that I just knew personally. I've never really advertised it per se or tried to get people to sign up for it. So I'm like Kai. I don't have a lot of referrals. In fact, I can tell you I have.
Well, Kai said he had 200. You mean like New Soul?
No. I'm saying like Kai was saying how a lot of times it's about the people that you get to do it, not that you're trying to do it. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seven prospects and 3 recruits. Only 3 of them signed up.
Okay.
There you go. And that's out of 8-9 years.
And did that include yourself? Because I know you have multiple accounts.
Nope, none of those are my other accounts.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
To
that's
me,
good
a
for a bonus. You
game.
get a free dragonfly. What was that, Pop?
Yeah. No, I was just saying. To me, a game is about the people that you play with. Yeah, I mean, you can have a great game, but if the people that play the game, that's why I didn't like the NFT thing. I don't want to play with people that are looking at it like it's a stock market kind
Yeah.
of thing. I want to play with people that want to go in and have fun, act silly, have a great time. That's what really makes the game and enhances. I think both things enhance both parts to each other.
Well, I want that 1042 one. I forget what it is at the moment. I have to look it up, but that's something that I had my eye on. But there's no way I'm going to get that. It took me 5 years
I
just
know
to
one
get
person
my fifth
who
one.
I
So
would say I think Dig is up there. If
Yeah,
anybody you
Dig.
want to talk to,
Yeah,
Dig is up
because
there.
like I said, you
Yeah.
have the platform, so yeah.
Yeah,
Let me look it
1042
up.
is
I'm curious now.
Million Mile High Club is
yeah, that gets
1042.
in.
That's
And
what
you
that
know,
is. Yeah, that's the line.
hilariously, Ollie, who was it, Ollie 42 or Ollie 41 or
Mhm.
whatever,
Yeah,
he's a big streamer. He's normally used to stream, I think, FPS stuff or whatever. He jumped into Star Citizen, put his code out, and he got that 1042 in like like a month or something.
Yeah, he's approaching the
Wow.
Javelin, right? Isn't he approaching the Javelin?
Yeah. So it's like,
Mm.
but again, like, so I got several hundred in like a month or two, but it was just because the platform that I had was I was talking to a bunch of dissatisfied elite players who were giving Star Citizen a try as something different. So that was like a big, it blew up and whatever, but like it wasn't. I don't know. It's just it's one of those things that I think the way that Pops and Fist and you and Griff are doing it is much more organic and much more. The point isn't about getting into the Mile High Club. The point
No.
is, if you get your one friend in, you have somebody to play with, and the beautiful thing about like the Drake Dragonfly here is like, you don't have to have 900 people sign on with you. One person signs on, they get a dragonfly, you get a dragonfly, everybody's happy. It's a nice little, I think it's very nice for the company to do this.
Yeah.
So when you think about like the Mile High Club, like, because to me, when I look at it, like Dig Dad was when he came on and he was able to take us in. And I look at it like, well, if he's able to get in there, I'm able to get in there.
Yeah.
Well, that's a maybe, right? Because then you got to catch Dig to get in there. That's the only problem.
Well, that's
right?
what I mean.
Well, yeah,
like
that's when you can catch up with Dig. That's my point.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. So,
Yeah, like I said, I'm happy with my fire. I had my eye on the fish tank for a long time, but that's about it. So I'm happy with the 5. If I don't ever reach more than that, I'm cool with that. But I think that's enough for the referral bonus. Let's move on to the Battle of the Bricks. So all you Lego maniacs out there, I think this ended on this. No, okay, yeah, I think this ended. But you'll find out the big live stream event is on July 22nd. So I'm gonna try to check that out. Hopefully, I set my alarm or something like that. But yeah, to no one, I think we covered it before. No one here is big into Legos, right?
Not
No.
like that.
No,
Not like that. I mean,
last week.
I'll
No,
look at it.
that's about it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, my thing was Lincoln Logs, but go ahead.
No,
Okay.
you remember them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's the thing. I know some adults that like make Lego stuff or whatever, and that's just not me. I love Legos. I absolutely love and adore Legos for what it represents to me, which is like little kids get to build shit and like get to, like
Not just
express their, use their yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'll be honest with you, like I can't get into Legos like that. That's not my thing. But like, I respect it. I think it's awesome, especially like I said, for younger kids, they get to work on like building stuff, and like I think things like that are really good for sparking an interest in engineering or architecture or whatever. And so I think it's anything that we have out there that encourages kids to build and to think and to learn and to whatever, as opposed to just shooting dudes in the head or whatever other little toys they have. I support 100%.
Nerf guns. Yeah.
I hear
Oh,
you.
Big Black
Yeah.
Gaming, thank you for the $20 donation. My thing
Wow,
with Tinker
BBG.
Toys.
Right, yeah.
Thank you.
Tinker
Thank you
Toys.
so
What
much.
what was the metal set? The ones that was like they were flat.
Rector set?
Rector sets. Yeah, that was
Rector.
me. That was
Yeah.
me.
That's cool.
Because you could build a
Mhm.
crane and all of the other stuff with it.
Yeah, Rector sets, yeah.
I really wish when I was young, I really wanted with that game Mousetrap, because that seemed fun for me. But yeah, never got a chance to get that.
We're about to go down memory lane.
Yeah. Let's get out of here before we did. Let's get out of here. All right, so looking farther out, we got a Ship Showdown coming up in August. So I think everyone is going for the mule or going for what is it?
So last year they didn't have any ground vehicles in the mix, did they? So that's the big question is going to be, are ground vehicles, is the mule going to be in one of the categories? Because I think if the mule's in the category, it's the new Argo Cargo, but it might not make a category. I don't know.
I mean, it depends on. I think it depends on the vote. But go ahead, Griffin.
No, I was gonna say I saw a meme today for the mule.
Yeah.
Already saw a meme for it. So, and people, I mean, they're joking. They're not being serious, But
they're not being serious about the Argo Cargo last year too.
Yes,
but look
they
what
were.
happened.
Oh, yes, they were. I was dead serious. I tweeted that sucker every day for a whole week. I was dead serious.
Yeah, I'm just hoping they don't make like 15,000 accounts like they did last year on the last day, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so that's in August. Yeah.
You are responsible, huh?
No. I pushed the Argo. I mean, people were talking about the hype and all. I pushed the Argo because of what the Argo is supposed to be in lore. It's a very versatile ship. Everybody's trying to gauge it upon what it does right now, and that was not what I was gauging it on. Now, there were other people that were just being funny, but I was honestly basing it upon the fact that it's a workhorse of a ship. Argo's history in the game for delivery, and everybody's going to be using them later on. So, I wasn't basing it on where it is now. I'm basing it upon, is this ship a valuable ship? And it's very easy to look at the fighters and all the big ships and forget those utilities that SRV. People are going to be towing and moving cargo and stuff. It's the same thing with the other thing, the cargo thing. So to me, hey, as a guy who's into industrial and logistics, I loved it. I was happy.
Do you guys think they will let the mule on the ballot this year?
Yeah, I think so.
Only if they do vehicles. I think like fastcart said, there has to be other vehicles. I don't think it'd just be thrown in there. So, and it'd be interesting if they did put vehicles and bikes in there. I'd be curious to see what they in their own category though. I don't want them to compete against ships. I think that's just too, that's apples and oranges for me.
The way they do the bracket system, though, if whatever vehicle won that bracket would have to move on to the next bracket, so it would be up against ships eventually. Or you're saying just keep two separate brackets?
Right. I'm saying do one for vehicles and do one for ships. Is what I'm saying.
I don't think it's going to work out like that, but we'll see.
No, I'm just saying that's what I would prefer. I'm just
I
don't want to put a vehicle against a ship. That's just
I got you.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Has that ever happened? Yeah, no,
not yet. Also, we have Talk Like a Pirate Day. So Talk Like a Pirate Day, we're planning our biggest Barnacle-filled swashbuckling celebration to date. In celebration of Pirate's Life, we have pirate-themed contests, events, and new offering. Obligatory yard. So that's what's coming up this month in Star Citizen and beyond.
So wait, pirates are criminals that are like trying to attack the legitimate government or whatever. So would it be like Talk Like a Pirate is like attack your Secret Service agent and throw a plate at the wall?
Oh my goodness!
Oh man! Of Kaizen are not representative of Star Citizen.
Oh man, this man is trying to put ketchup on the wall.
Oh man!
Ketchup on the wall.
Next subject.
All right, moving on. Briefly, with this week in Star Citizen, they had I guess they're building up hype, but say, how about the extra training before the new patch launches? At the end of this week, we'll be running not one, but two dynamic events to face off against NPCs and other players. Look out for 9-tailed Lockdown and Jumptown 2.0 to kick off June 30th to June 5th. Detailed schedule coming soon. And they had the then they had the schedule coming up. So yeah, I'll post that.
Well, you're reading in the
YouTube chat.
past tense. It's already out, and the
That
patch
already
is out
started,
and
yeah.
everything. Yep, everything's
Yeah,
out already.
it was June. It started yesterday. Yesterday or today.
Everything's
No,
out today. People have been in it already today. It started already.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
So
know.
yeah.
And the patch is out too. 17.2 went to
Yeah, we'll cover that in a little bit. But yeah, so here's the 9-town lockdown schedule. Today, Thursday, June 30th. This is in PDT mostly. 1 a.m. Oh, okay, so it started early, okay. So 1 a.m., 7 a.m., 3 p.m. PDT.
Oh, yeah.
And then tomorrow, 1 a.m., 7 a.m. So, okay, they're trying to follow the same schedule almost every day. On up to July 5th, Tuesday. And then they have Jumptown 2.0 begins on Saturday, July 2nd, and ends on Monday, July 4th. So,
Okay.
as you to see. All right, so that's the schedule for folks to pick to check that out. Up next we have. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is gonna be something. The Alpha 3.17.2 database wipe. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but basically, they're wiping the wallet, and they're wiping the chip that you bought, but not the chip that you bought in game with Alpha you receive, but not the chip that you bought with real money. That's always the case though. So I'm not sure why that was a question this time.
Well, the question is whether it was a full wipe or not. So what they did was they kept reputation, but otherwise it's a typical wipe. So just reputation doesn't get impacted this time.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good though.
Yeah.
I
I agree with you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just said that's good.
I agree with you, Fastcart. I'm confused why they had to enunciate that. Yeah, we're not gonna take away the ships that you bought with cash. Like, yeah, no, they're never gonna take away the ships that you bought with cash.
You know, well, they had to say that because we had some guys that came into test today that are brand new and they've never experienced a wipe before. So there was some concern as to whether or not, when they hear the servers getting wiped, in their brains, they're thinking, oh my God, what does that mean? You know what I mean?
Oh,
so for folks who haven't been around for wipes in the past, they got a little nervous. So we had a couple people who did ask, hey, does that mean I'm going to lose my ships that I earned or the ones I paid for? And we're like, no, the ones you paid for, you're good. So.
All right. Go ahead.
This might be an unpopular opinion, whatever. I get and sympathize the people that are like upset that they're losing the however many millions that they grinded for and or got from whatever shady ways that they got money. Like, I look at all of this. I don't care about money in Star Citizen. I really don't. I look at, like, I get into doing stuff to do stuff for the experiences. It's not released. It's not a full game. I just pretty much expect there's going to be a wipe every patch. And then when we go for 4 or 5 or 6 of them where we don't have one, I'm like, oh, that's okay. A bonus. That's whatever. I think like money's just not that deep at this point for me. Like I don't ever grind for money. I will do a couple of hours if there's some crazy loophole way to make millions. And then I handed it out. I got $60 million playing in like a 5-hour period when there was a loophole where you could get all whatever. And I gave away 5 million here, 10 million there to a bunch of friends. I didn't spend any of it myself because I just don't care about money in this game at this point. It's not a full game. It's a test experience. I get in not for the money. I get in to do a thing or to hang out with friends and to see what's different and new and what works and what gives me a headache. So like, I totally understand that there's some people that are upset about this. I just can't find it in me to care. I'm like, all right, cool.
So what you're saying is like, you were like Jack Nicholson on Batman, just throwing out the money to that parade, right?
I mean, yeah, why not? It's just
I get that reference.
It's all just the experience to me. It's not. I grind in games that are out to build something. This game is not out. You're not going to build anything other than your skills and your understanding of the mechanics. And that can't get taken away during a wipe, so none of it bothers me.
Yeah, Jade and YouTube chat says we had that long stretch between 3.8 and 3.15, which spoiled some people, and that might be the case too. So yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a matter of where your head is too. You know, there are some people who, when a wipe comes, they actually look forward to it because they do the 0 to hero thing. Because once they get to a certain point, they've leveled off. So they're trying to see how much faster they can build themselves up, or they want to do things a little differently than they did before. This is no different than when people used to remember when folks would pack up the Caterpillar back in the day when 30Ks were around, and then they'd get a crash and, you know, they'd rage and quit. And I get the frustration, but, you know, to me, the buffer is, you know, there are 30Ks, you know, it can happen, you know, the game's in alpha, so you're taking a risk to do it. And it's the same with this for me. There's going to be occasional wipes. We get them sporadically, especially if it has to do with the economy. Kai, like you, when I accumulate money in a game, it's so that I can go do something. It's not about making my bank account hit 100 million. It is about making sure that there's enough money in the game that if I decide I want to upgrade a quantum drive, or I want to be able to buy enough things to store at different stations. And once I've reached that point, I'm relatively satisfied. You know what I mean? My bank account might be, I might have 40,000 in the bank when it's all said and done, you know, but I gain the money just so I can, like you said, I can further my experience in the game versus having some huge, I mean, I've had the big bankrolls, but you know, then the money just sits there. It's not doing anything, you know, and you do end up giving it away to help players out and stuff like that. So, you know, folks just got to roll with the punches. It happens. It's less and less. They try not to do it, but when they do it, it is because, and I hate to say this, guys, when you exploit the game, that makes wipes happen even sooner.
You're right.
Just keep it real. Let's keep it real. If there are exploits, I'm not saying yay or nay to it. I'm just saying the more people exploit and the more people make ridiculous amounts of money, in order for ZIG to start balancing out the economy, what they want to do with quanta and everything else, they're going to do a reset. It's going to come. So just smile about it if you enjoyed the exploit, but don't get hot about it when they go in and do a reset.
Can I jump in on that though, Griff? Now, for me, I want them to do it right now. Do all the exploits you can. Find all of them out.
Oh, as far as finding all the bug fixes.
Find all of them out.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I agree. I agree with that, definitely. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. But I'm just saying, if we're looking for them to start initiating economy,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Then we can't have all that crazy money floating around. It's
correct.
Like you said, they're gonna have to go in and wipe. They're gonna have to work through those exploits. But my point is, don't get mad when they do it. That's all.
Right. No, I hear what you're saying,
and I'm saying don't get mad.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Pops.
No, exactly to Griff's point is we don't know the price of what fuel is going to cost in the future. We don't know what really the price of anything is going to cost in the future. A bullet may triple in value. We don't really know. So absolutely to Griff's point, to become attached to the money you have right now. It's cool if you want to feel an accomplishment, and that is an accomplishment to look in your account to say, hey, I've got 15, but I've been there and I've had 15, 20, 25, 30 million in my account. And it's white and it's gone. I said, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore, but that's just my personal choice. You know, because I get, like Griff said, I give it out. If I come across and they need guns on their ship, I'm like, hey, here you go. Boom, there it is. You know?
Don't freak out.
Yeah,
I was a big player of 7 Days to Die, and you guys, that game's been out forever, and they put out updates annually almost. There's a certain point when you play the game when you've accumulated just about everything you need. In fact, you're only doing things because you have so much stuff after a while. You're building a new house, you're doing this, that, and the other. When they put out a new update, we actually get more excited when the new update comes out because we start all over again. And we go back into the game realizing what we would have done differently this time. You know what I mean? And we go back for a whole year. My point is that in that game, I get excited about because at a certain point, you start to peak out. You know what I mean? And even in Star Citizen, you know, we all know how it is. In the beginning, you do the bunkers, but after a while, you're going through loot boxes. That gun that you were so excited about 2 weeks beforehand, you got 8 of them already. You know what I mean? So after a while, it starts to lose its shininess. So It's okay. With the resets, look at it as a, hey, let me start over. Let's see if I can do things a little bit differently and have fun with it.
Yep.
Well,
Go ahead.
I think there's 3 reasons why you do a wipe for CIG. Number 1, the economy's messed up because of exploits or whatever. Check. There was tons of that. Number 2, you're having bugs and issues with the item database, people's inventory database. Check. We've had that. We've had people who money disappears from you. We've had people who your items disappear, or then they multiply and then whatever. So like there's definitely a reason, whatever. But then the third reason why you do the wipe, and this gets back to something that Griff said that I think was very interesting. This is going to be our first ever wipe of the item database and the money database, but not the reputation database. They just divorced those two. They literally just divorced those two in the last 3 or 4 months and since the last wipe. So this will be an interesting opportunity for them to test the systems of that to make sure that it all functions properly and that those databases are independently structurally sound. So for those people, I don't care about money, like I said, but for those people who do care about money, I would give you one word of advice. If you really care about money, if you're a grinder who wants to get all your money in this game, now is the perfect time to use the ships and the money and the assets that you have to leverage them to put you in a position to go out and do reputation missions with all of these people and get your reputations really, really high, so that once the wipe happens, you have the higher rep so you can access the higher paying missions, so you can rebuild your bankroll fast. So, I mean, it provides you with an interesting opportunity if you look at it with the right mindset of like, hey, how can I have fun with this? How can I not be pissed off? How can I turn this around?
Yeah, if I believe what you're saying, Kai, is that, for example, when cargo comes around, they'll probably do a wipe then. Maybe speculating, but they may do a wipe then because they want to push us to do cargo. But if I've got $15-20 million, I'm not really going to care about. I may not care about doing cargo.
Right.
But if I don't have any money, then that's an incentive to go out when cargo comes around. Salvage comes around. So they have their reasons. We may not know them, but I'm sure they have their reason, just like you said, with the reputation. And I think you're absolutely right.
Yep, it makes sense. And welcome, Dark Knight. How are you doing, Dark Knight?
Not too bad. Trying not to crash the plane. That's why it took so long to get on.
Oh my goodness! What a way to start out.
Okay.
All right. So up next we have. Oh yeah. So there's more information about. Oh no, that was the same thing. We already covered that. But this is about his hope and 317.2 goes live after the free fly. So let me post that link in YouTube chat. But yeah, basically, Dilo said we do not expect 317.2 to go live before July 7th. And the line, they're thinking of the line with ours. They're hoping that it doesn't go live before free fly is out. But we are targeting July for a live release, though. And then he further said it's more likely that we release the live server the second half of July, and the sooner the better, of course, but not at the cost of necessary fixes that are being actively worked on. So yeah, so people happy about that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Nope, they're not releasing 317.2 before free fly this time.
That's fine because we don't need to have all that going on during free flies. But I mean, they're introducing a lot of stuff, and we'll get to the patch notes. You'll see why. There's a lot of stuff they're introducing into the game.
Right. Okay, so yeah, speaking of patch notes, breaking news. They released this. They released this a couple of hours ago. Breaking news: Alpha 317.2 now in testing. They have a link for that, but you can test the current testing status, and it's live on the PC. I think it's on Wave 1 for everyone, I believe, or is it?
No. Wave 1 is concierge and subscribers.
Subscribers, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, has anyone had a chance to get into it yet?
Nope, busy.
No, maybe later.
Nope, been too busy.
Yeah, music been capturing.
Just long enough to download it. That's about it.
Takes that long enough to download it. All right. So the wave one, just like you said, subscribers and concierge. What is the PT wave? Either Cardi wave one, wave two is all the above, and wave three is all backers in the game with a game package. And it says, how do you join? You become a subscriber. You can also spend $1,000 to become a concierge. They don't list that. Become an active contributor to some relevant bugs in the issue console, and doing wave through, which is open to all backers or have a game package. So that is what you need. It's $45 to join in.
I'm in
And-
wave 3. I play it when
Okay.
it hits the PU.
Yeah, I'm in wave 4. That's like when it hit the live service.
Yeah, it's me too. Yeah.
All right. So up next we have the patch note. So Griffin, have you had a chance to go through these or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
Can you go through?
I'll go through them real quick. The testing focus this time, as you guys know, there's a lot of things the CIG's been telling us over the last few weeks they want to do. They're doing hit registration for the ship combat testing. They're going to be doing derelict reclaimers, which we've already seen some stuff for on ISC. They're also introducing the derelict colonialism outposts, new space stations and Lagrange points that are going to be around both ArcCorp and Microtech. The expansion, which we'll see on the ISC today, for the Grimhex Hospital. Combat Service Beacons version 2 were put out. They also released illegal collect and delivery missions, which we saw a couple of weeks ago on ISC. And then you guys know that the player AI networking updates are also a part of this one. Do you want me to read the features and descriptions, or you just want me to break them down a little bit?
What do you think?
I'll just read the headings. I'll just read the headings for them. Again, the derelict reclaimers, you guys know we've been seeing artwork for that. We've seen images for it in the sneak peeks. Finally get a chance to check out the reclaimers, the colonialism outposts and reclaimers, the derelicts. The cool thing about these is that you guys know is that they've added the AI now, which will also be down there for the planetary navigation. So now when you go there, these places won't be ghost towns. There may be guards there. There may be civilian. We don't know what's going to be there, but we're going to find out when we jump in. But these NPCs now will be moving around outside and inside these locations, which is going to be really exciting and add more to the gameplay. The AI landing improvements that we saw a few weeks ago about how ships come in and deliver reinforcements, how they fly in a much more natural state, that's also being implemented. So if you're doing those bunkers, a lot of times you're worried about whether some player is going to come down for a bounty, but now you may get reinforcements not just from within the bunker, but may also come in from outside. So maybe when you're on your way up from the elevator, somebody will be waiting for you upstairs. We'll see. Illegal collect and delivery missions. You guys know that they had talked about this, that most of the missions had been more legal missions previously. Now there will be illegal missions that you can do. So those of you who like being bad guys, you don't have to be a good guy to make money. You can be a bad guy or bad gal and make money. So that's being added. And then they added, this is something I am curious about what you guys think about this. They added markers for friendly AI that are associated with your current FPS mission.
Hell yes.
How do you guys feel about that? I have mixed feelings. I kind of feel like it's a little bit of hand holding. It's frustrating when I go into a bunker mission and I shoot the good guys. But it also makes me look and take that 50-50 chance that maybe if I get it wrong, I'm in trouble. But if I get it right, my eyes were good. How do you guys feel about it? Does everybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
you get a mission that says go in and support Crusader security, and normally you might see if they're wearing yellow and black, they're the good guys. But sometimes they're off in the distance in the fog, and you hit the wrong one. What do you think?
Well, when me and Pops used to do the bunker missions, I call out, Hurston, Crusader, left, right, so on and so forth, the commands and stuff. So
I'm asking about the markers, though. How do you feel about them putting those markers out there so that now you don't have to even do all that?
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm getting to. I think the point is like, to me, I think it is kind of holding your hand, because, communication is key in that part. So, to me, I guess, that's what I'm gonna say. I think it is holding your hand.
It can I jump in when
Yeah.
I think it depends. It depends. If it's like it is now, I don't want them to. I mean, hey, you make a mistake, I make a mistake, I don't hit the right person. I gotta go get my crime stack. But if it's a marker and it's on maybe a hostage, I agree with that part of it. If you have to go rescue someone, marker on something like that, it or on a particular person, yeah. But that's the way I.
This is what
go ahead.
Theorem says. Pop Theorem throws a thought. He says, well, maybe they should have an on-off toggle in the settings.
No, that's a good. That's a good setting.
Okay.
So maybe you have that option. If you want to have markers, that's fine. And I don't get me wrong, I can understand why some people may want them. I do, but I know the way we play right now, if I do hit that that incorrect person, there is an avenue. It does divert me a little bit. And I gotta, like you said, I gotta go clear my crime stat now. I also have to hope that some bounty hunter doesn't come after me. I mean, there's some dynamics here that I'm worried about losing now for those bounty hunters who want to come out and come after me. Now that there's a marker there, they don't have to worry about that anymore. I don't know. Kai, I know you were going to say something. I thought you were. Were you going to say something, Kai?
So yeah, I wanted to let everybody else have their say.
Okay.
I really like the idea of a toggle. I can definitely understand why some people would not want this. Here's why I would love this. I am partially colorblind, and sometimes that can be very, very difficult for me.
I thought about my buddy. I thought about my buddy Standard because that was one of the only caveats I thought about, because he has that issue even when he's talking about like targeting and flying right now, right? Because reds don't come up for him, so it's difficult. So, like you said, that does give some avenue for a very good reason for why I should be in the game. Hopefully, CIG will put a toggle in. I hope that they do.
That sounds great. Yeah,
I hope they do, because it would be helpful.
That's a good, because like you said, my dad always talked about his blindness and one eye and how that does affect. But for me, reason why I said this whole handhold, it's holding your hand, because for me, as a person in the party who has that ability, and to be able to see it, the game, it's evolved around communication, especially in that situation. So I don't want it to become a fallback where it's like, all right, well, I could just throw the markers up and we just go in and just boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Where the communication part, is engaging. Because I actually like that part.
Okay.
So for me, if it's a toggle part on it, then cool. I could deal with that. That's
the
just
best of both worlds at that point.
There you go.
Yeah, I think Durham is right. I think that'd be an excellent to toggle it on and off for those that want it and those that do. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know this has come up before. When you're playing, what's the thing called? Not Arena Commander. The other thing is Star Marine or whatever.
Star Marine.
Being able to see your team members and stuff is cool. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I guess I'm just thinking the thing that came to my mind was bunker missions in particular. And then like this new thing that we're going to do with Orison, right? The Siege of Orison. There's always this thing of check your targets, right? You always got to check your targets when you're shooting at somebody. And I don't think you have to be colorblind, Kai, because you can be old like me and can't see that good either.
Right.
So the markers can be beneficial. I just don't want things to become where people are able to, I don't want to say have an advantage, because that's not the word I want to say either. Don't let the markers be X-ray markers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't be X-ray markers. If it's behind a wall, behind a thing, don't let me see
exactly
markers moving.
Nothing
like that. That's the
because
I want to see no X-ray stuff.
Because you're right, and that's.
I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off. What I was going to say was this: you guys saw the demo for Starfield. Remember when they went to that base and the pirates were there, and markers popped up saying pirate? That drove me crazy. I don't want to identify. Let me figure out who the bad guys are. That's me. Because once I said, I know who to shoot now. Well, okay, what's the big deal at this point? So that's what kind of flagged with me when I first heard about this.
See, now here's the thing, though. I will say this. I don't know if I remember correctly. During the Siege of Orison, when we were testing it out, when you ran across a player that was not in your party, you did see a marker on top of their heads. You know, now if I can remember, I'm not sure if you could see the marker at a distance. You only saw that marker when you got up close to them.
Close enough to them. Okay.
So that's from my memory banks. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember it being. You know, but and you're correct, because I'm just saying here hypothetically, please don't, you know, say that this is what Fist is going to do. But hypothetically, let's say you're going to see Jordan. Let's say you want to play the other side. Now that marker becomes a hindrance.
Yeah.
Because now that marker gives away your position. That's just basically like wall hacking.
Yeah. Right. That's what I don't want to make sure. And I don't think they're going to do that, but you get my point. I don't want anything that comes up in the game like that. Good point.
I think we should move on because we got our.
We've got some other stuff. I'm sorry, I didn't see you make a big issue out of that. Let me wrap up these last couple of things here. They added new lootable item, the Great Cat Salvage Backpack, which we're going to talk about a little bit later on. They also added new armor. There's new locations, as you guys know, the rest stop hangars. They've been adding hangars to the rest stops now. They told us that they were going to do that. There's new Lagrange points, as we mentioned earlier. We mentioned about the hospital expansion. More face randomization with the NPCs so that everybody doesn't look like everybody. We talked about, this is the one I thought was pretty cool. Food and drinks can be purchased in bulk now. There you go. All right, you can get your food and drink in bulk.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Wait. So
thank you, CIG.
For the win.
Yes. So they'll open up a Costco?
They should.
Is it in 6-packs?
I don't know, but you can buy bulk. The other thing is the shopping kiosks have updates to them now. So they did a general polish pass. They added check functionality. You guys know they got quick buy on there now. There's a confirmation when you do quick buy. Higher value gems will now be much more rare in loot crates. Players will now drop empty magazines when you reload, so you don't have to carry them on you.
Please. I'm so happy.
They added friendly AI markers to the NPC missions, and they disabled the corpse AI marker showing other players. The Mustang Alpha got some updates as well. They made changes to the cargo grid. They added a 4 SU cargo hold with animated doors. If you guys know that the Mustang Alpha never could carry cargo. Now it can.
Well, now it's an actual starter ship.
Yes,
that's huge.
Yes. The Blade got a performance one. You guys know that they increased the hull health on that, changed the lateral velocity. It's supposed to be more equivalent to a Gladius now, if I'm not mistaken. Weapons and items, they updated the dimensions of the missiles and torpedoes. The MSCU, I'm sorry, for missiles and torpedoes. They did a player networking update. And lastly, enabled new remote movement and new client authorized for position systems. Let me see what this is. Performance polished pass on large planetary storms. Performance polished pass for entity streaming. Updated the reshading in version to 5.2.1 and made many improvements on foot AI networking to improve their movements, responses, and reduce rubber banding. So there's a lot of stuff in this patch.
But Griff, CIG never put anything new in patches. Didn't you see all the things they removed from the progress tracker?
I know. There are also a lot of known issues too, by the way. So folks, please make sure you read this that we put in here, because there are still some known issues and bugs that are carrying over, so that we don't think everything is fixed. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put the link in YouTube chat again. But yeah, cool. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and so yeah, to go through them just like Griffin says. There you go. But technical. Well, they got the technical stuff too. They fixed some client crashes and fixed 17 server crashes, fixed multiple back-end crashes, and AC scoreboard should never crash the client. So that's hopefully that'll. They fixed more stuff than they broke. What were you gonna say?
I would say a tremendous amount of bug fixes here. Those of you who have moles, celebrate. They finally got the mole so that now it will hold stuff again. Some of you guys were finding out that you could mine, but it wouldn't retain your cargo, so they did fix that in the mole.
All right. So up next we have this week's ISC, and this episode is called "A Siege is Upon Us." So I'm looking forward to it. Here we go.
It's our last episode of the quarter. The patch is just around the corner. And speaking of which, what's in this quarter's Alpha 317.2 anyway? Let's recap in this quarter's patch report. Up first, let's start with some character items and these new variants of the RRS Specialist Heavy Armor coming to Alpha 3.17.2, including this traditional camo variant, an Arctic variant, and perhaps my personal favorite, the radiation-resistant Fallout variant. There's also a new Grey Cat backpack specifically for the purpose of collecting salvage in preparation for when that day arrives. And for subscribers, here's a blast from Star Citizen's past with a look at the exploration-themed vintage spacesuit commemorating RSI's first commercial spaceship, the Zeus. Be sure you keep an eye out for that when it becomes available in the coming months. And in the space above Microtech and ArcCorp, you'll discover a number of new space stations being added that will make travel to and from these Stanton classics easier than ever before, while adding additional visual flair through gas clouds at the Lagrange points, similar to those found around other planets. With so much of the focus on the upcoming Pyro these days, it's important to keep refining and improving the locations of Stanton, and that includes the addition of more medical rooms at Grimhex, because with all the recent player pirate activity, it was causing a bit of a traffic jam at times. Adding additional hangar exteriors for rest stops, enabling the addition of more small and medium hangars for ships to these locations, and the ability to summon and store a greater variety of spacecraft along the way. And down on the surface of our planets, the beginnings of our derelict outpost rollout, starting with these relics of past life in the verse on Microtech. Designed to create more opportunities for exploration, missions, loot, and the like, 3.17.2 will find several here as more are added in subsequent patches throughout the remainder of this year. And speaking of missions, Alpha 3.17.2 has additions and refinements galore, starting with the revamp of the Combat Assist Service Beacon system, aiming to provide a more natural progression for players from fighting tiny Aurora all the way up to massive Idrises, or Idri, or Idro, I don't know. There's also more collect and delivery mission progression for the dedicated criminal element and those who maybe just want a little more scratch by stepping just outside the lines of the law sometimes. And then there's the new Crashed Reclaimer Derelict Settlements, which come with a variety of new missions requiring players to explore, attack, defend, and otherwise experience the majesty of these fantastic new locations made possible with help from the next major milestone from our AI team, Dynamic Planetary Nav Mesh, which will allow mission designers to begin adding NPC life to not just these new derelicts, but any other curiosities you might find on the surface of Stanton's planets and moons. And if you thought the Crashed Reclaimers were the only new derelicts to explore in Alpha 3.17.2, be sure you head out into the farthest reaches of Stanton and discover for yourself a host of new mission content linked to these brand new space-bound derelicts included in this quarter's patch as well. Then finally, the big mammer jammer dynamic event of them all so far, the Siege of Orozen is bringing with it an FPS event the likes of which has never been attempted in Star Citizen, pitting players against the criminally industrialist Ninetales in a battle to decide how Orozen should be pronounced. Is it Orozen or Horizon? Potato? Tomato? We may never know. But the battle across this new expansion to the Orozen landing zone will be an involved one with many, many fronts. Can you tell I recorded the patch report at a different time? But while we're talking about the Siege of Orozen, while we do want to leave most of its twists and turns for you to discover on your own, we did ask Luke and Elliot from the mission feature team for some helpful hints to this year's major event. Let's see what they had to say in a segment that we're calling Siege of Orozen. Top 10 Pro Tips.
This event is like nothing you've experienced in Star Citizen so far. You will need to prepare. You will need ammo, weapons, armor. Otherwise, you will not make it out alive.
For this event, we have a IFI, which is the Identifier Friend or Foe Inverter. And basically what that does is that's going to turn the platform's turrets onto the side of the Ninetales. It also affects the restricted area, so you won't be able to fly your ship in.
These new platforms are huge, and we have done the best we can to sign these and put maps up all over the place that show you, like, you are here.
You'll find signage all around that shows you where shuttles are to get between the islands. However,
they are slightly different to how shuttles currently work. They're more like elevators in that you have to call them to your location, and when you get in, you have to send them to the next location. So be aware of that.
You can't get to all the islands via the shuttles, but we've put enough toys around to allow you to get there a different way.
So there are various locked containers all over the island. You'll need a code to get into them.
Make sure to check them all because they have a multitude of surprises. We've added a maze in this somewhere. Just remember that you can't jump as far when you're wearing heavy armor. This event might take a while, so don't forget to loot your fallen enemies.
We decided we weren't going to hold the player's hand in this mission. There are a lot of optional secret objectives that players will have to figure out for themselves.
With combat assist service beacons, illegal collect and delivery missions, a variety of new missions and NPC opportunities embedded in the new Reclaimer derelicts, the Siege of Orison, and more, Alpha 3.17.2 may have the numbering of just a little tiny point patch, but there's a whole bunch of new gameplay packed with it. Now that about does it for this quarter's ISE, but keep an eye on the RobertSpaceIndustries.com website for details on the release of Alpha 3.17.2 while we're on our regularly scheduled hiatus. And when we come back, maybe we'll do so from inside the new performance capture stage being built right next door. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee, closing out once more from the very noisy 9th floor of the Manchester Goods Yard building. And this is where I'm told Aaron Roberts' office is going to be. So let me just clean these windows here a bit. We'll see you all next month.
Man, Jared has too many jobs. He's cleaning now. My goodness. All right, so let's go in order. Dark Knight, are you there? There he
Yep,
is.
I'm
So
here.
What do you thought about this week, ISC?
It was pretty. Hold on a second. Let me shut off. Okay, there we go. I had YouTube in the background. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Lots of good stuff going on there. The Siege of Orison will be fun for a lot of people. I like the addition of all of the new content that's going in for 3.17.2. I think a lot of people will be excited, including myself. I think it's we've got a good patch coming up. A really good patch coming up. So we'll just see how it plays out. I'll jump into 17.2 maybe tonight. I don't know. We'll see. And see how it comes about.
So the Siege of Orison, your favorite part of this ISC?
I don't know. I got to try the Siege of Orison.
I mean,
we'll find out.
This ISC specifically, did anything else stand out for you about this ISC? Your favorite thing?
The derelicts and
okay.
you know, and the new additions of the space stations and things like that. You know, there's a lot of new little stuff that's going in there. I do like that suit that they were talking about. You were saying in the coming months. So you mean in the coming months that suit's going to come out, or are you in the coming months the Zeus is going to come out? What's he talking about?
No, the suit, the subscribers player.
Yeah, he didn't really clarify. He said, "Look for it in the coming months after the Zeus."
No, the suit. It's
the suit.
Sorry,
y'all. The Zeus will be a new concept ship coming out in foot soon. No, I'm kidding. No, just the suit. Just the suit.
No, that's cool. That's cool though.
Face to face, what are your thoughts about this ISC?
Siege.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I am looking forward to, because oh boy, that map is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've played Division 2, and those raids or strongholds are very good, but I have never had a FPS shooter map like this. I mean, that is huge. I mean, where you have to coordinate between ground and air. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't give it away. Let folks figure it out.
Well, I didn't give it away. I didn't give it away.
Some
I didn't give it away.
people know absolutely nothing about what this is, and we don't want to tell anybody.
Well, they showed it though. Well, if you think about it though, Griff, I didn't give it away. They showed it.
You didn't. That's why I stopped you before you got too far. You didn't give it away.
They showed it. I didn't say anything that wasn't already said. You know what I mean? So I'm not.
It's okay.
I'm
not.
I'm not. In fairness, they did have that developer say we left plenty of toys around to get you from platform to platform.
But you don't know how that's supposed to happen. So
big pogo sticks. That's my prediction.
All right.
Correct. But as just really quickly, that's mainly that and the derelicts to really see how that plays out. Now, I won't say anything about the derelicts because I have heard some things about that, about the gameplay that is excellent on that. Because I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. So for me, that's thank you, CIG. Appreciate it.
Okay. Kaizen, what are your thoughts?
Definitely looking forward to the Siege of Orison. Super exciting. I thought the outfits at the very beginning were great. The derelicts, amazing. Here's one thing that occurs to me from seeing this that I haven't really heard anybody else talk about. We've got a bunch of new Lagrange point stations. We have new existing locations in pre-existing stations. We have new derelict assets popping up as point of interest. And we have expansions of things like these new platforms in Orison and whatnot, and the expansions of different things that are happening within them. That's a lot of assets that we just added to the overall asset budget of Stanton. And I don't think they do that unless they know that they are in the home stretch of server meshing and they're ready to implement that. Because remember, they moved Levski out because they were like, we're running up against the asset budget. We can't. We're at the point where it's a problem. Like, I believe for them to add all of these assets into Stanton, they are very confident with where they're at on this server meshing. And that excites me.
Okay, cool. Pops, what are your thoughts about this ISC?
Oh wow, I enjoyed it. The suits, like Kai said, I enjoyed the suits. I like the Michelin Stay Puft Marshmallow Zeus suit. I love it. I like that old style when we saw it from Starfield. I like that style as a variation. So yeah, that I'm enjoying. The Siege of Origin. This is what I'm going to say about it. I see this as a stepping stone to planetary battle. When you're coming down from space and you see those explosions as you're coming in, and you see the bombs being dropped and all that. I just see this as a stepping stone to these bigger planetary wars and battles and things like that, with NPCs coming in and out, and I'm excited. So for the future.
Cool. Yeah, I thought I had a question in my mind. I thought you were going to throw my question there for a moment, but no, you haven't yet. But we have a new addition to Discord in here. I'm Kusanagi. You there?
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I was trying to pull some video, someone threw ice cream stuff in front of my. Oh, I'm getting you. I'm giving you a ticket. So I've been trying to figure that out in my Garmin. But yeah, the ISC thing is pretty cool here. I have to disagree with the armor though. I kind of think it's just a rehash of what we already have. The camouflage version on the right hand side kind of covered by the plating, so I didn't even see any cam. The one thing I thought was cool was the fact that with the red version, they're talking about radiological issues and environments that we have to go through. So I thought that was a really interesting tidbit that we haven't really heard of anything about yet. And right here, you see them on the video coming up. So the red one has got the radiological, and supposedly the one on the right-hand side is the camo version, but the camo is actually covered up by all the armor. So yeah, so the red one is an interesting one because that's what they're talking about. Regarding Orison, the event coming up, I think it's really cool. I don't know anything about it, so I've been I don't know if there's any other means of ground vehicles or other type of vehicles, so I haven't really heard anything of it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think it's a lot of people looking forward to it. But yeah, it should be 317.2 is right around the corner, and I think, like Jade said, it's bringing us closer to 318. So that's what everyone's really hoping to see. This, the old spacesuit from like RSI here is so cool. I don't know why it just like looks so more realistic, like something you'd actually really wear, because it's what we're kind of used to seeing, real astronauts use. So I think it's really cool. So that's it.
All right, cool, thank you. So yeah, my question for the cast is, or everyone here, do you think Seeds of Orison, or maybe this has been answered, or maybe that's already, but I haven't heard it, but do you think the Seeds of Orison is a replacement for Theaters of War?
No, absolutely not.
No? Okay.
In no way. Two different ways,
So-
two different things.
So
I mean, as far
my-
as first person. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to change the topic. Go ahead.
No, as far as first person shooter, it is, but one is a closed environment, one is open, the other one is obviously open world. So kind of see the other one where you can go in with teams and two different orgs want to, have a beef or just a friendly beef or whatever they have between each other. They can go in there and do that, and any way they probably any way they want to. These are, the other ones are reputation based. I don't think the other ones, I don't think that's going to be reputation based. But
And Jade answered my next question. It's like, so if they have people are looking forward to Theater of the War, why are they working on Seeds of Orison? And Jade said different team worked on it. So thank you for that, Jade. Appreciate it.
So they're very clearly not analogous. One is a completely separate side loop of the game, and the other one is a part of the persistent universe and is a dynamic event. But I do take your point where I think what you're getting at with what you're saying here, Fastcart, is that it's such a large map that if this was any other game, if this was any other company, it would be that dynamic event in and of itself could be a whole other side loop of a game. But CIG is just on so much of a different level in their scope that they're putting in dynamic events that are entire game modes for other games.
All right, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yeah, so my thoughts about this ISC, the armor interests me. Jared mentioned a Fallout variant. So is that a game collab, or is that just him fucking fine?
No. I think that's their ode to Fallout. If you look at the design of the mask, it's the same design that is on Fallout. And I think they just decided to use that as the title. And as Admiral Kusanagi said, he did emphasize the fact that it is radiation proof. So they may be introducing that because of pyro. That is the other factor that could be. But if you look at the design, the eye design on each one of those is different. But that one is definitely the exact same mask portion design of the mask that's on Fallout.
Okay. And I do like the vintage spacesuit, the RSI spacesuit. I'll probably be getting that in game when it comes out. They mentioned NPCs around Derelict. I'm looking forward to that. The new Derelict and mission. I hope people are looking for. I don't really do missions at this point because I don't want to burn myself out. But I'll be looking forward to them in the game. So yeah, what are your thoughts, Griffin?
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff here. I think Kai touched on this too about the Orison.
Griffin, you're humming. Your mic is humming.
Oh, am I? Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. That was weird.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the Siege of Orison. I am curious to see how these dynamic events are going to play out over time. because obviously these are supposed to be triggered by something. So the question is going to become, once we get past the testing point, what will set these things off, and will they become something that is so dynamic that they move from location to location? As you guys know, there are dozens of platforms in Orison. And I know that they talked about that they deliberately put this in the location they did so that I was away from things. But I am curious to see whether or not, just like they did with Jumptown, at first everything was on Yala, then they made it where it could happen in 3 or 4 different locations. I'm curious to see whether or not dynamic events like this will also move around in Orison and not always be at the same platforms. That way, it's kind of stays fresh. You know what I mean? People don't get into memorizing a map to such a degree that, you know, it just becomes moot and remote after a while. So I'm hoping that it really becomes really dynamic.
Good
All
point.
right. So yeah, that was ISC. That was a pretty good episode. So yeah, okay. Up next we have Machinima. So this is, as you can see on the screen right now, it's 35 minutes. So you gotta buckle in, get your drink, get your snack, use the restroom if you have to. But yeah, this is a long one. So this is 36 after, so it's to be done at 11 after. So here we go.
Whoa. We didn't introduce him. Tell them what we're watching.
Oh, this is Silky Lips episode 3, Star Citizen Machinima from Porky, from Lord Porksword.
We watched part 2 of this 2 weeks ago, y'all. So we're continuing the series. Fastcart knows what it is. Nobody else does, but that's what we're watching
my bad.
this week. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Yo, Teddy, my man. Oh, hi there, Estelle. So we've got a little bit of cash, so I was wondering if you've got any new swag I could partake a purchase for?
Well, as you know, SL, not many ships pass through here, so I'm not too sure if I have any of this so-called swag you're after.
Oh, surely you've got something interesting for me, Teddy. Come on, got any stick mags hidden behind the counter? I'm a lonely man, you know.
Not too sure why you want a magazine about trees, but I do have this half-used copy of Stupid's Guide on How to Reprogram Your Robotic Companion that Papa is trying to pass off.
Yeah, I know what puppy you wanted that for. Not too sure if I should actually touch that magazine. What else have you got?
Let me see. I got a magazine of Daymar Rally Jumps Extreme if you're interested.
Nah, got any fancy shoes like what Papa wears? Remember, I'm Mr. Cashman.
Why did you say it like that? Is that some kind of cool talk you're trying to impress me with to get a discount?
No, not really. Now back to my swag. So you've got nothing cool for me to spend my hard-earned cash with?
Nope, nothing except this undersuit some random left here. Could be Racer Cool Red, could be Space Miner Crapola White, but you gotta buy before you open and try SL.
Fair dinkum. Quick, pass it here.
Wait, how did you get undressed so quick, SL?
Well, I got some real sweaty places that make my undersuit slide off like a Crusadean whale sliding out of the clouds into the side of an 890 jump.
You do know that innocent citizens die when those kind of accidents occur, don't you?
Yep, wiped off the face of the map, just like my sweaty places.
Okay, whatever. Will you put some damn clothes on?
Yeah, how sweet is this? Soon you'll be calling me Swagger Legend.
I doubt that very much.
Oh, is that a ship? Oh, time to go show off my fancy new undersuit before it gets all sweaty.
Yes, I too would be happy for you to leave.
Down, down. No, it's Lucky. I hope that bastard's got my money.
Hey there, Zell. How are you?
I'm doing good, Lucky. Check out my flash new undersuit, mate.
Whoa, you going for a Mr. Universe maneuver there, pretty boy.
Yep, posing for that money you owe me, mofo. Hint, hint.
Calm your outpost, farm cowboy. I've got your earnings right here.
Whoa, that's way more money than what I was expecting.
Glad you're happy with your car, SL. So, you want to go spend some of that cash off, World? Maybe put those mechanic skills to good use as well?
Not too sure about that. Every time I go on an adventure with you, I almost get my head blown off. Is it even safe out there in the big sparkly black void?
Yeah, it's all good, mate. Just stay away from those dirty belter loaders and you'll be fine.
Why? What's wrong with these belter loaders?
Well, that pass around space bugs, nasty things. 1 minute you walk around, mind your own business, next minute, bam, they've eaten your innards.
Damn, that sounds like some real messed up shit. Maybe I should just stay here.
Wait. I know you want a totally rad set of armor to go with your slick undersuit there, Mr. Soulfly.
Well, as a matter of fact, yes I do. Why?
Well, I know a good shop at Herson where you can get some fancy armor to match that flashy undersuit of yours. Tammy and Sons will hook you up, bruv.
Okay, I'm listening.
They've got all kinds of awesome things there. You can get cool attachments for your multi-tool. You can even get firearms if you want to look totally cool in your new armor that you'll be buying there.
Well, you definitely know how to gravitationally tug on my rotating pulsars, Lucky. Where do I sign up?
Alright, come follow me, SL. This little darling is called the Specific Purpose. She's your ride for today. I only call her that because most citizens can't pronounce her name properly.
The Pacific Porpoise. Hey, up yours, buddy.
Yep, gets them every time. Now, keep your hands and feet to yourself and don't touch anything or she'll suck you right out of an airlock.
Wait, what?
Just kidding, SL. Just kidding, mate. Let's go. So I've been wondering, why do they call you SL?
Well, my girlfriend always tells me I have silky lips, and word got around, and now everyone calls me that. Girls are lining up all the time.
Oh, has a girl ever visited your outpost? I think that maybe Papa's the one who's been experiencing your silky lips. Maybe you and Papa have a special who's your daddy arrangement.
Wait, what? I ain't Papa's little bitch.
Okay then, Breakback Space Chop, why do they really call you Silky Lips, eh?
Well, apparently I breathe a lot more than your average citizen, and these damn helmets moisten up, making my lips soft and silky feeling happens every bloody time.
So they're silky right now, eh? Well, maybe you should pucker up so I can experience these luscious lips for myself.
Yeah, that's not happening, no way. Why would anyone want to kiss you?
Hey, no need for that kind of assassination, luscious lips. I'm quite a handsome man, actually. I know this because my clan mother told me.
Okay then. Does your clan mother still have her original eyes, perchance? Like, she's not using any form of optical implants, is she?
Hey, what? You can't say that. But, you know, I think this ship needs a bit of peace and quiet now. Yep, you just sit there in your chair, don't make a noise, and I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to sulk in my pilot's chair.
Yeah, whatever, Lucky. Oh, jeez. Say one mum joke and it all goes to hell after that. So, am I allowed to talk yet?
No, my feelings are still hurt. You're gonna have to be quiet till we get to Hurston.
Holy Tavarian tacos, what is this all over this planet?
What? You mean those lovely fluffy things all over the planet?
Yeah, what is that? Oh, is that an ocean?
Those are clouds, mate.
Clouds don't look like that. They're just like this little thin layer that almost looks like you've got clouds.
Well, Estelle, our universe is expanding, okay? One effect is that it'll start to pull our clouds upwards into a third dimension, resulting into the fluffy goodness you see before you. It's very cool to fly through, though.
Let me guess, until the space whale rips off the side of your ship?
Well, that's not exactly what I was going to say, but, you know, these clouds are awesome to fly through, and I think one day it'd be cool to set up a camera and get some cool angles. Be really sweet, I reckon.
Oh, do you mean like those elite expeditionary force ads I keep seeing on the news feeds?
Well, yeah, something like that, Estelle. Well, actually, how about we take a ride through them right now, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Looks like we're gonna burn up on re-entry. Nah, just kidding, mate.
Let's head for that big dark cloud right over there. That's one big ass cloud.
Just gotta hope we don't get struck by lightning.
But won't that kill all the ship system?
Nah, just taking the piss, mate. How cool is that, SL? What do you reckon? enough kidding around. Time we set a course for Hurston. So there she is, Estelle Hurston in all her glory.
Yeah, the big city, finally. Can't wait to check this place out, Lucky.
No, mate. This is just a wee one. If you want to see the big city, you need to go to Arcorp. That city's as big as a planet, mate. No kidding.
Wow, that sounds totally amazeballs. How about we go to Arcorp right now?
How about I know we're not going to Arcorp? Now let me land here at Hurston and we'll go check out the city. Hey, I've got to shut it down, so don't go too far, okay?
Damn, this place is massive.
Greetings, citizen. How can I assist you?
Oh, hey there, Mr. Security.
Excuse me, I'm a woman, so that's Mrs. Security to you.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't need any help, mate. My friend back there, we found some stuff in the wreck and he sold it for me, and now I've got some cash to spend in your nice city here.
Oh, did he now? Looks like I might need to get acquainted with your friend.
So, what exactly are you doing there?
Just getting my steps up so I can win the lunchroom prize. Dino can fuck off if he thinks he's winning this year.
Well, I like to think I'm kind of a helpful guy, so I'll help you get those steps up much quicker, Mr. Security.
Goodbye. And remember, I am female. Stop or I'll arrest you. You can help me by leaving.
Alright, come on, let's go, SL. Hurry up. What was that all about, huh?
Oh, wasn't really anything. I was just trying to be helpful, but apparently my help isn't wanted. Now this here is what we call an elevator, okay, SL? Yep, okay, I got it.
Now be careful, because sometimes they kill people, okay?
What?
Yep, we got the same rules. There's a specific purpose. Keep your hands and feet at your side at all times, otherwise the pocket elevator universe might end up gobbling you up.
Whatever. I'll just close my eyes for the ride and hopefully I'll come out alive at the other end.
Listen up. Got a report about a person of interest entering the plaza. He's wearing red Matflix armor. Keep an eye out.
Oh, this place is cool. Look at that. Never seen so many people in my life. There's a female. Looks like my sausage party life is over. Oh, very cool. Hey, Lucky, check out this view. This is awesome.
Alright, come on, SL. We've got to get going.
Excuse me, sir. Will you please step into our office so we can ask you a couple of questions?
What's this regarding?
We'll discuss that in the office. I'll get one of my fellow guards to drag you in if you prefer.
Okay, I'm coming. Right, SL, looks like my tour's going to be cut short. I have to go with these goons for some reason, so I'll have to catch you later on at the bar, okay? So once you get into Hurston proper, look for the bar, and I'll meet you there about 6 o'clock.
Alright, that's okay, Lucky. So I'll go explore myself and, yeah, I'll find this bar and meet you there. Can't wait.
Right, now all you got to do is just look for the train and just head into Hurston.
Just follow the signs, SL, and you shouldn't get lost. Can you remember where we stored the rubber gloves? Oh, I hope I don't get radiated and sterilised by these scanners. Now let's see, Metro Centre, there it is, and follow the signs. Okay, I've got this. Oh, cool, look at that, trains just rock up right when you need them. Awesome.
Do not lock doors.
Cool, my very first train ride. Choo choo.
Now arriving, Metro Center. Please watch your step when disembarking the train. Hurston security is a serious and dangerous offense.
Mighty Metro Center. Now where'd it go? Well, left it is.
Hey there, mister.
Oops, oh, excuse me, sir.
Give me 1,000 credits right now or I'll shake you right out here in the open.
Cool, it's my first time being robbed. Here you go, Mr. Stabby Stabby. I wonder where this path will take me. Oh, nice and choice and cool.
Finally ready to take the plunge on a used ship.
What a crazy view.
Steel shipyard for exciting deals on all your favorite brands.
Totally glad I came around this corner. This is awesome. Ugh, that's someone's poo getting flushed out. Awesome. Ah, I think a little bit splashed on my visor. Well, looks like I'm heading in the right direction. Maria, pure of heart, eh? Maybe I should go check it out.
Lorville is our city. Take pride in its appearance. Clean up after yourself.
Wow, this is a pretty nice place. Shame I'll never end up needing to use it.
After yourself. Public property is a crime. Report any criminal activity immediately to Hurston Security. Are available at all checkpoints.
Cool view, eh? Yeah, whatever. Damn, I wonder why they need so many beds. Like, surely people don't die or get hurt that often, do they?
In it for the long haul? Ask about Hurston's worker subsidy program.
Man, drunken citizens get ready to party at 6, yeah! Wonder what's down here. Look at the size of that crane. Give him the clamps. Oh, what's that office over there? Oh, hey there, crusty old codger. Why would you call me a crusty old codger? Like, can't you see I'm trying to earn a living? Fuck you, buddy. Oh, it's just taking the piss a little bit, mate. Jeez, everyone around here is a little bit uptight. What do you mean he brought the last one? I've been waiting all this time. Seriously, after all that, you totally suck a bag of dicks, bro.
No need for that kind of attitude and language, sir. Please fuck off before I call the guards.
Time to spend my hard-earned cash. This is a mighty fine shop you've got here, sir. I think I might have to look around and, partake in a little bit of buying.
Don't forget to spend lots of money, sir.
Oh, look at these armor sets. How good do I look? Yeah, that's it. Whoa, I feel so good in the body. Yeah, I am an animal, not a man. Yeah, come fuck with me now, Papa, come on.
Boy, if you're sweating it, you buy it.
Think I'd look like a bit of a dickhead if I rocked up to the bar wearing my spacesuit, so time to buy some nice clothes. That looks totally rad. I think I'll be adding that to my shopping list. Geez, maybe I could buy one of these for Papa. He can wear it on one of his special nights with his special robotic lady.
Hi, Charlene, it's Papa. I'm going to give you a special spank.
Yeah, I think Papa's gonna love this.
Would you stop sweating up my wares, please?
Oh, okay, my bad. I'll take it off. Cool. Now what colour pants should I get? Is that a pair of Space Maxes? Awesome. Shopping list +1.
Thank you for your patronage, sir.
Oh, so here's the bar that Lucky wants to meet me at. Well, it's not really 6 yet, so I might go and have a quick couple of drinks before he gets here. Oh, cool, nice place. This is rad. I wonder if they claim they're mixologists when they're just bartenders. Hello there, good sir. Could I please purchase a nice drink?
What do you want? Whiskey? Beer? Or whiskey?
I think I might have a beer, I reckon. This is pretty good. Can I try something else? Something a little bit different. Oh, this drink's awesome. Thanks again, barkeep. Ooh, well, hello. Well, hello there.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Oh, you're that step lady I met earlier when I first got in. So, how'd you go? Did you win?
Ah, that's right. You're that annoying guy from the hangar.
Oh, well, I could have sworn I was helping. Maybe if you just let me push a little bit longer, it would have helped.
Thanks to you and your fucking around, Dino beat me in the step challenge.
Oh, sorry about it, Dino. Is there anything I can do for you?
So, how's your friend going? I heard my friends came and had a little chat with him and loosened him up a bit.
I haven't actually seen him since your friends took him away, but he said he'd meet me here soon, so maybe he can hang around for a bit. Shall we go get a drink?
Now, go away, pest!
Jeez, no need to be rude about it. Come on, fine, I'll leave. I'll have whatever he just had, barkeep. Cheers for the beer, barkeep. Oh, I think I just burped up a little bit into my mouth. Sil, is that you?
Lucky, mate, how are you? Whoa, Lucky, you look a lot like I do. Well, maybe, but I've got cooler colour hair. I'm taller and I'm more handsome. Nah, I'm still the handsome one. So I was talking to this rather rude woman earlier, and she said that her friends had loosened you up. What exactly did she mean by that, Lucky? Well, let's just say I'm trying to actually figure out whether I enjoyed it or not. But I'm still a little bit sensitive and vulnerable, so how about we drop the subject, okay? That sounds delectably mysterious. Maybe I could get you to have a couple of drinks and then you can tell me. Well, let's just say I've got no interest in feeding your gossip yourself. So how was your first city visit today, hey? Oh, I had a good time looking around the city, checked out the hospital, checked out this bar, spent a bit of cash, got gypped by the guy at the bloody food shop. But here I am, having a great time, Lucky. Good to hear, mate. So I've got a contact here who has a quick collection job. Would you be interested? Oh, a job you say? Yeah, I reckon I could put my skills to the good use. Glad you're on board, SL. I'll go have a chat with him right now, okay? Yep, you go talk to your contact and I'll put on my hat and I'll have another drink, or maybe two. Just watch those drinks and behave yourself, SL. Too many and they'll go to your head, okay? Like, don't want you to cause a scene and get us into trouble, alright? Oh, come on, barkeep, hurry up. I need another drink here, I'm parched death. Oh, this is fantastic. It's another winner, barkeep, thank you. There he goes again, doing his chicken dance. What is in that drink he's got? Yep, guess who's back, barkeep? Yep, I'll have another one, please. I tell you what, man. My faith feels a little bit numb. Feel like I'm moving around like a robot. Am I moving around like a robot? Be honest, please. Now, why is this pool table all ball and no stick? Yeah, I'm a flair, bartender. Yeah. Check me out my moves, everyone. Check them out. Ooh, yeah.
You're supposed to be behind there. Get out. I just don't understand why I'm not Papa's favourite. Like, why does Charlene get all the attention?
Maybe Papa just hates your guts. Oi, SL, you dropped your hat. If you don't pick it up soon, I might start wearing it. Okay, Lucky. Hey, barkeep, bro. Hey, yep. Can I have another one? Cheers. So I got a bit of a joke for you. So a Vandal human and a Banu walk into a bar. Whoa, wait. You can't talk about the Banu like that. That's cultural misappropriation, buddy. What do you mean, cultural misappropriation? What? Well, people don't like it when you talk about other species, especially when you're making a joke, or even if you're praising them. Especially when you're doing a joke about our Banu friends, mate. But I wasn't even going to say anything rude about them. Doesn't matter. You can't joke about the Banu unless you're one of them. Well, what about the Vandal then? Nah, joke about them as much as you want, mate. No one likes the Vandal. Well, that makes no bloody sense whatsoever. Well, no jokes then. Look, I don't make the rules, bruv. How about we forget about your alienist ways and go get ourselves a drink? Another lolly water, thanks, barkeep. I'm a dancer. Yo, are you a dancer? No. Now, SL, you better calm yourself down before the guards get called, mate. Excuse me, mister. Have you ever had to shit in a box?
Yes, once or twice, but I don't like to talk about it.
Come on, let's go, barkeep. I'm ready for another drink. Come on, hurry up.
What are you doing there, Lucky? Where'd you get that hat?
Crikey, how many drinks has that boy had? You're all cooked idiots, the whole lot of yous.
SL, you better settle down before they call the guards on you. Now on, I'm only going to buy the finest beer. Your cheapest selection.
Oh shit, SL, it's a Gestapo. Quick, run, they're after you. Oi, Yobbo, that's it, you're done.
Oh crap, it's a fuzz. Ah shit, it's a dead end.
We got a runner, shoot to kill.
Why would you get yourself killed, SL, you bloody dickhead?
Well, that was interesting. Let's go in order, shall we? Amil Kusanagi, what are your thoughts?
I don't even know where to begin, dude. I do want to just say that I don't believe he's got the silkiest lips. Those belong to me. So yeah, so
They belong to who?
those belong to me. And the moisture just is like it's infused in my lips. Succulent.
I'll take your word for it.
There's like 10 flags on that play.
Yep,
Next person.
Dark Knight 75. What are your thoughts about this Machinima?
The music was pretty interesting. I like the sci-fi music. After that, I looked and saw that it was 35 minutes long, and I realized it was about 34 minutes too long.
Dude, I checked that too. I was like, well, how long is this video?
Wow. I don't even know what the hell was going on, so.
Hit him hard, hit him hard.
No
I'm
joke.
sorry, man. I'm sorry,
Nope,
but that
DK
was
went to
just...
sleep. DK went to sleep. Next.
Alright, no joke. 10 minutes in, I sent a DM to Griffin saying, we got 20 more minutes, man. Mr. Faith, what are your thoughts?
Wow, that's a lot to unpack there from Silky Bottom Boys over there. Yeah. One thing they did get right was when a person got robbed. When he got robbed, though, he robbed him with a knife because on Hurston you don't have any guns. So that was accurate, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, fair enough. Kaizen.
Oh, where do we start? Yeah. It was.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah. The thing that I appreciate about this, and so I try to find something that I would appreciate about any machinima because, so number one, I don't have the artistic talent to do this, so like I appreciate the people that are putting it out there. This game brings the pretty, and this guy definitely had a lot of good camera framing and stuff like that. I think this was certainly a more sort of Seinfeld-esque machinima where it's kind of a show about nothing. It's more just a mood piece, whatever, and that's not as much my thing. I would prefer more of like a story, a hook, a coherent through line rather than just some stumbling, bumbling dude with some random, disjointed conversation or whatnot, but there's a lot visually there that's good. And if I recall some of the previous ones, they had more of a coherent story. So there are times, there are for sure times where like you have an episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds where it's more like, hey, they did a very, very serious Black Mirror type like anguish of like, oh no, this ethical dilemma. And then the next one is like a silly, you know, Spock Amok. There was like a very kind of a silly Freaky Friday type subplot or whatever. So this is his sort of silly whatever one, but like good visuals. I would encourage the guy to go more, or the group to go more towards kind of a coherent story plotline type version one, but like good stuff and way better than what I would do. So like, yeah, I'm trying to find something to say that's, you know,
you're a good man, Kai.
I'm trying.
Well, I got a question for you, Kai, before I get to pop. Can you say the specific purpose?
The specific purpose? What?
That was the name of the ship. It was a joke from the Machinima. Oh well.
Yeah.
Pop in space. What are your thoughts?
This was the, I don't know, I guess I don't know what you would literally call them. Space hillbilly comes to the city. Was my thought. Yeah, it was just way too long for a tour of for
Hurston?
a tour thing. Yeah, a tour thing of Hurston. DK, I'm with you, brother, because and me calling the dude Silky Lips is not gonna happen. And did he make a reference to Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so they went all in, but hey, they did it. It's there. It's on YouTube, and it's out.
Yeah, they kept calling Orville Hurston.
Hurston Tourism Board would like to say the shout out to Elite Expeditionary. I did appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say, Dark Knight?
I was going to say that one thing that did surprise me was the emote. I didn't realize that emote was in for the female characters. That was pretty cool. When she basically just flicked them off, I had no clue that was in there. I thought that was awesome.
Oh, okay.
And this Machinima did give us Fastcart's new nickname, which is DJ Swagger Legend.
I gotta change my name to that. Okay,
that'll be when you DJ. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I never noticed. I'm sorry. I never noticed the crossed arm one when it was the person was behind the counter.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that one. I've never noticed it. Okay.
Griffin, so what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, there's some things here that I think everybody mentioned. Let me go with the good, and I'll give the critical. Definitely love the use of emotes. Started out really well with a lot of animation to the body, which a lot of times when we've been seeing these machinimas, you get the face animation, but the rest of it's usually a tight shot. It's not the 3/4 length. He wasn't afraid to do full body shots and use full emotes while they were talking, which I thought was pretty cool. Some of the shot angles were good as well. The humor, there's a lot of times where the humor is great. I love the joke about the grandma and her, did she have her original eyes in, stuff like that he said that was pretty funny. My criticism has to do more with storytelling, pacing and storytelling. The first 2 episodes of this, he did begin to unfold a story. And then when we got to this, it came to a complete stall. I wanted to see the continuation from the other 2 pieces, and going to Hurston, which is for most people the most boring place in the universe, and proceed to tell a 30-minute story in Hurston did not grab me. There's still too much time spent on favorite shots, beauty shots, way too long. I didn't need to see that whole sequence of flying through clouds. I felt like that was probably because clouds got introduced in 3.16 and everybody was excited about it, but it did not lend anything to the storytelling for me. That could have been done in 15 seconds and turned into almost 2 minutes of cloud flying. So pacing, you need, for lack of a better term, land the plane. You need to get to the point, because I think there's a great story that can happen, but it's just so many gaps, so much time happens between things that by the time the next interesting comes along, we spent just as much time getting to Hurston in this sequence as we do flying in the game, which is too long. And I didn't need to see that long to get down to Lorville. I love the fact that he brought the thing with the woman who was a guard, how she popped up later on. There were great moments, but the dancing, getting drunk, that sequence could have happened within a minute and a half, showing his progression of getting more and more wiped out. The joke about his friend being gone and not knowing whether or not he enjoyed what happened with him at the guards. There was some great funny stuff, but the pacing is just too long between things happening. Maria Pure of Heart, great to introduce it, but we spent so much time dealing with that, and now we're saying, well, maybe he's going to go back there. The pacing needs to happen better. Beyond that, what took 30 minutes should have taken 15 minutes as far as I'm concerned, maybe 12 minutes even for this whole piece. So I'm hoping Lord Porksword continues to do it. He continues to put the stuff out, but you got to get past. You really have to get into the whole thing of telling your story and not getting hung up on shots, And I don't get me wrong, Star Citizen is a beautiful game, but there's just way too much staring at stuff that people in this game see all the time. But your story is what we don't know, and that's the part that we need to hear. That's probably the most critical I've ever been on any of the Machinimas. That's probably the most critical I've ever been, because I think there's a lot of potential here, but it needs to be tightened up.
So, in other words, the title of your thing would be "Land the Plane."
Yeah.
No. Well, that's with everything, and I'm just saying, land the plane means get to the point. You know what I mean? You got to get past it. Yeah, you got to get past all of the.
That's what I meant.
It's not necessary. It's not, because especially when it's episodic. You know what I mean? This is he's showing. If you're doing 15-minute episodes, this is number 3. He's got another one coming up, number 4 and 5. You're talking about an hour and a half of stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to do it all in one story, that's one thing. But episodic, if you want to keep us coming back for the next episode, you got to keep it moving.
Yeah, Jade said 8 to 10 max. I was gonna be more generous and say you can cut out 15 minutes, make it 20 minutes. Right? Yeah, okay. So.
Well,
yeah.
there's also a huge difference between 20 minutes and it's like, we've seen some machinimas on this show where it's 20 minutes and it's, the dad got kidnapped and the daughter's got to go and rescue him, and there's guns and explosions, and who's going to, oh my God, the little sister just got kidnapped and whatever. And then this one of basically Ernest goes to Hurston, and it's like,
wow, that's a good one.
No. His point is
right.
His point is well made. He's
right.
No.
I agree.
What he's saying is true. That is the case, and you can't. It's not that you have to stuff a ton load of content. It's just whether or not your content it makes use of the time, exactly, and that could be 8 minutes or it could be 30 minutes, and that's the difference. This burn in, for example, going into Hurston, look how long that's taken to do that.
Yeah. I would just agreeing because he said Ernest. You mentioned Ernest goes to Hurston. I made it like a Seinfeld thing, and I hadn't even thought of that. So I think that's a proper analogy for this. So good call.
Like these shots here, flying into the clouds and stuff, they're pretty and they're nice. They could be used, but I don't need to see 5 minutes of flying through the clouds. Not when there's a story to be told. There's no story being told here. None. I'm seeing the approach into Hurston, and that approach into Hurston could have happened in 10 seconds, and I'd have been content with that.
Fair enough. All right, so there's nothing else about this. So up next we have, I don't know who that's from. That wasn't me. But up next we have next show previews. So up next we have Soul Voices on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. UTC. That is where we talk. Mostly, we have our one-on-one. This show is our community show. We have a whole bunch of people on. On Soul Voices, we talk one-on-one with people from the community, and we cover something from Spectrum, something from Reddit, and something from the industry in general. So check this out on Saturday, 3 p.m. Griffin, you gonna tell them about the Sunday show? Oh,
Yeah, because
shoot,
that's
I had the wrong-
definitely not it. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I had the
definitely
wrong
not
one up.
Have you got the right one or no?
I do. I think I saved it.
Okay, no problem. Listen, this Sunday, we're going to be doing our show called Tips and Tricks. And we're going to be talking about, and this is actually a show that is both for people who have been playing the game for a while and new players. What are the different things that you need to learn to get around in Star Citizen very quickly? We're not talking about a tutorial. We're talking about what are those little secret things that people who've been playing the game for a while can tell you that will save you a lot of time and energy, frustration, and get you into the game quickly and give you a better gaming experience. So that's going to be this Sunday. We do have a guest that's going to be coming on. Velvet Diamond is one of our guests. We may have someone else too, but that's going to be this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And hopefully you guys can join us for that. Oh, and also one other thing I want to make an announcement for, starting this Sunday, all of our shows now will be streamed on both Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. So you won't have to go to one or the other. You can go to your preferred platform to watch all of our shows. So that'll be effective starting this Sunday. So if you like watching on YouTube, you can watch on YouTube. If you like watching on Twitch, you can watch on Twitch. But all of our shows we broadcast live simultaneously on all of those, both those platforms. And of course, if you always want to watch the reruns, you can go back and watch them on YouTube.
And also, coming up next Thursday is another episode of this show, Show Talk. This is Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, Friday, 1 a.m. UTC. We'll talk about what's going on in that week, but we have everyone here. So I want to thank everyone for joining. Oh, my bad. Before I get to that, DK, you have an announcement about this weekend on People's Radio?
Yeah, so last week we weren't able to get, excuse me, the track up, but this week is officially debuting my first in a very long time DJ set from Wally's Bar, and it was a really good show there. So go check it out. It's on the People's Radio at 4 p.m. Central. That's 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. UTC, and 10 a.m. UTC on Sundays, 4 a.m. Central, 5 a.m. Eastern. Excuse me. And it is a live set. It's a live set that I did. I was asked to perform at Wally's, and I did, and it turned out great. So hope you all enjoy.
Nice.
Cool, thank you. And I just want to say, thank you to Big Black Gaming for that $20 donation. We appreciate it.
Yes,
I'm going to
thank you.
have some fun at the thrift shop with that. So thank you. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We have Alma Kusanagi, Dark Knight, Fist-to-Face, Kaizen, Poppin' Space, and as always, my co-host, GrifinGamingRPG. Don't forget, you can become a Soul Bro, Soul Sis, or Soulmate by clicking the join button down below on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I have to do that in a bit myself. Join us on social media. We're on Soul Citizens with an S on the end everywhere. We sell merchandise. We sell t-shirts, hats, mugs, what have you. I'll check the link down below if you want to get that. So thank everybody for joining us. Any final words, Griffin?
Nope.
So peace, love, and soul. Take care, everybody. All right, who wants to go to the thrift shop with me?